Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and today I want to go over how our composter rolls are doing in our bag. It's been 19 days since we've added them to this bin, and I want to go and show you how they're doing and see how the worms are reacting to them. Now, I added well more than what these worms are going to be able to finish in 19 days, but I want to show you how they're starting to break them apart and how they're starting to work their way in. So we're going to hold up one or two of them and just kind of take a look and see how the worms are working at them. So let's go and take a look. All right, so here's our bin with our date on it of 3/22. Today is April 10th that I'm checking this. I might not get it out on April 10th, but that's the day where I'm opening this up. And as you can see here, actually, first off, let me just show you. There's water in here. You just drain that back into there. There's water that's actually on the top of this lid. So there is enough moisture in here. And there is no odor. I don't see any worms on top. So what we're going to do here is just kind of scrape this a little bit just to see. I'm not seeing any worms here. Oh, here we go. Here's one right over here, it looks like. There we go. There's one. Right there, we've got a worm. So, but other than that, nothing else really on top here. Oh, actually, here's another one. So we do have a couple worms on top. Normally, I don't see too many on top, but maybe because it's closed off so well. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift this up here. Just take a look underneath. And look at all those worms start to move around. So, as you can see right here, I'm just going to scoop these up here so you can see. There's a ton of big, fat, healthy worms down here. And that is because they are going, all the liquids are draining down, and it's causing this to be a nice area for them to be in, nice and moist. And at the same time, now they haven't, let me just pull this back up again. They haven't broken into the bag yet. So 19 days in, they still, actually there is a little hole there. So they have broken in just a little bit, but they haven't really eaten away this entire bottom yet. So we're going to put that back down. Let's take up this middle one here that's sort of covered. See how that one's doing. This one they have broken into the bag. You can see right here there's a hole and there's a ton of worms. Let me see if I can zoom in on that a little bit. So you can see right there they have broken in and there's a ton of worms in there. They're moving away from the light right now, but they have really broken in here and they're starting to work this over. So that's doing really well. Let me zoom back out. And this last one here, not as many worms on this one. There are some over here in this corner. If you can see, they're, again, really big, fat worms. I mean, look at this. I'm going to pull a couple of these out of here. I mean, these are big worms. These are red wrigglers, but they are really big and healthy. And I'm not seeing any cocoons in here. But I bet that if we really dug in here, I bet I could find some. But they're really starting to work at this material. Now this, I put in a lot in here with these 3 bags. This is well more than this set of worms could probably handle. And there's also still some food in this bin. I'd actually ground up, let's see if I can pull a little chunk out here. Here we go. So as you can tell, this actually had some like orange stuff in it that I was trying to compost originally, and it wasn't doing very well, so I kind of mixed it in. It had gotten moldy, so I mixed that in here. So there's actually a lot of food in this system to begin with. So they don't even need to go after these really, but they are. They're starting to work at them. This middle one is really, as we could tell, was really going fast. Let me pull that open all the way here. So you can see here, I mean, they've ripped open the bag. They're inside here. They're eating the material inside, and they are already going to town in here. So you can see that this is actually some of the peels right here that I had in there. So they're really doing a good job on these. And this is a great way to feed your bins, I feel. I mean, it's just, even if you're doing the pocket feedings, you could take a smaller section, put it right here in this corner, bury it. It allows you to check on it pretty quick. Is it done? No, it's not done. I could put it right back down, cover it up, let it go longer, and then you can come back later, and when it's gone, go right here, and then right here. And you can make these little tiny pockets, and you can add, because of this, there's no smell. There's tons of food in here that would be going bad. Like in here, there's tons of banana peels, tons of stuff in here. There's no odor. There's no odor at all. It works really well for containing that. There's no fruit flies, which I know typically have fruit flies in my bins. There's none in here. I mean, there's no fruit flies or anything. I mean, it's really working well. So I'm really pleased with the way this is working. I don't think it needs any moisture. I do have a water bottle ready to go, and you know, it looks like it's plenty moist, especially with how wet the lid was. I mean, the water was streaming off of there, and there's still a little bit left in the corner I'll have to try to drain out. So this is actually working really well, and I hope you could see that these compost rolls is a great way to do this. Actually, here we go. This is actually a piece of the orange if you wanted to see. So you can see really right there that there is a lot of food in here in this bin. Just rub my hands off. Actually, that smells really good. It smells like orange. So this is really working well. And I highly recommend you try this. Even if you only have a small system like this, don't make huge rolls like this maybe. Make smaller ones. But, you know, you can make something hand-sized and put it in the corner with your food in it. And this just works incredibly well for getting rid of food. These are also stay nice and moist. It holds the moisture inside and down inside this area. It seems to do a lot of things really well when you're working with this type of system. And even the bag systems, I have found that these can actually work really well. So it's a great little compartment of food for the worms, and it works great for controlling that environment inside, so that way you don't have the issues that you can get when you just put food on the top or in like pockets where you dig it up and something's dug down to it from the top, like, you know, fruit flies or something. You just don't get those issues. So that's my update for this week. We will come back and look at these again in maybe a few weeks and see how they're doing and see if they're fully broken down or not, or if they've moved into these bins at all, or these bags in here at all. So that's my update. If you have any questions, please let me know, and thank you for watching.